Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate cake and then frost it but without using any kind of fancy tools or equipment. The best part is that the icing or the frosting is made by hand and without using a hand mixer. This cake is rich, moist and very chocolatey, a chocolate lover's delight. In the past I have used this base to make Minecraft, Roblox and a decadent chocolate cake. Use oil to grease the cake pan. Then use Maida or all-purpose flour and coat all of the surface area with it. You can also use cocoa powder instead if you want to maintain the color. Then tap the pan so as to remove the excess flour. Now the surface becomes non-stick. When in doubt, just go ahead, use the parchment paper or butter paper. Also preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. Let's start with the dry ingredients. We are going to sift 1 and 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour along with 3/4 cups of cocoa powder. Also use about 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We are not using baking powder here. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix all the ingredients first and then start sifting the flour. For the correct measurement of the flour, remember to always fluff the flour, then spoon it into the measuring cup and then level it so that the measurement stays intact. For the wet ingredients, let's start by using 2/3 cup of oil. We won't be using butter. Then add 1 and 3/4 cup of sugar. This is the same amount as that of the flour that is used. Also add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence and then crack 3 large eggs into the mixture. We are going to now go ahead and beat this mixture until everything is well incorporated and the sugar is properly mixed. This consistency is what we are looking for. Then add a cup of milk and again mix it properly using a fork or a whisk if needed. Make sure that everything is well mixed. Now add half of the egg mixture into the dry ingredients. We are going to first mix this and then add the remaining half of the egg mixture. Do not overmix the batter. We are just going to mix it just enough so that everything looks moistened. Pour the mixture into the prepared cake pan. We are going to then slightly tap it on the surface to get rid of any air bubbles and bake it at 350 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Once the baking time is done, place the cake pan on the wire rack and then using a toothpick, check if the cake is properly baked. The cook time may vary based on your oven. Let the cake cool in the pan. I'm going to reuse a cake box from the past, but let me quickly show you how to make a cake board. I will be using aluminum foil and then 2 cardboards which are cut out from cereal boxes. The size of the cardboard should be bigger than the cake pan size so that the cake fits on it completely. There you go, we are all set for storage. Once the cake cools completely, loosen the edges. Then turn it over the wire rack by tapping in the center. The cake comes out neat and clean. Look, there is no dome shape or anything. Remove the butter paper and let the cake cool completely on the wire rack. The cake should be completely cooled before you frost it. Let's prepare the frosting by using 3/4 cup of butter at room temperature. We need soft butter here but not melted butter. Then using a fork, beat the butter. We are going to give it about 25 to 30 strokes. I have noticed that a wooden ladle works very well for this. We need to give a lot of strokes to the butter so that the mixture is nice, fluffy and very airy. That is what makes the frosting very light. Do not skip this step. Now add half a cup of cocoa. We are also going to measure about 3 cups of icing sugar and set it on the side. We are going to add the icing sugar in batches. We are also going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. And we are going to alternate mixing, then adding the icing sugar, followed by milk. This pattern is to be repeated until all the icing sugar is consumed. Use a fork or a wooden ladle, whatever works for you. Beat this mixture really well, about 50 or more strokes. Beating is what makes the frosting very light. I know this does need some effort. If you have a hand mixer, go ahead, use it. But I'm not going to use it as this is a beginner's tutorial showing you how to make frosting without using any tools. Let's frost the cake now. Start with the base, add a little bit of frosting and then place the cake over it. The frosting prevents the cake from moving. Add a blob of frosting on the top of the cake. Then using a butter knife, cover all the surface area. We are going to spread it so that none of the cake area is exposed. Once we are done covering the surface, use the excess to frost the sides or the edges of the cake. Do not worry about perfection. Just make sure that none of the cake is exposed and everything is covered by frosting. Note that I'm using my plastic tray as a turntable and moving the cake as needed so as to level the surface area and the edges. As you spin the tray, it helps remove the excess frosting from the cake. Do not worry about perfection. I'll show you how to make the cake look nice. I'm also using a paper towel to clean the edges for a neater look. Once the edges are cleaned, just level the surface area, that is only the top of the cake. Using the same butter knife, draw zigzag on the surface area of the cake. It's almost like drawing the letter S. Do this for the entire surface area. Throw in some sprinkles around the edges of the cake. This gives it a very nice, neat look. You can use any piece of decoration, that is candies, cookies, nuts. I'm also going to use cherries on all the four corners of the cake. Then cut each cherry into half and make like a small 4-petal flower in the center. Simple and elegant, isn't it? This cake tastes really good after a couple of hours in the refrigerator, especially after 24 hours. Let me show you how it looks once I cut it. It's nice, soft, moist, decadent, rich, chocolatey. It's really hard to stop at the first bite. Let me know in the comment section how you like the cake. Did it make it easier for you to bake and frost it? Stay fit, stay happy. Until next time, take care.